So this is therefore the mummy that's on display. That we've not. It's a human mummy, but we do have a cat mummy. And this one, you can see the bandaging. These sort of, the rectangles. It's beautifully done. The way they sort of go in level by level is a typically Roman period style. Now, I don't know what's inside this. I assume a cat. We do have another one. We've got a number in the collection. One of them that is something like 19.5 centimeters long, so fitted in the cat scanner that takes 20 centimeters. So we've cat scanned one of our other ones, and that revealed a mummy of a cat that was that size, a little baby kitten. So far from the statement at the very beginning of the exhibition on the bronze cat, which is an Aberdeen item, that it was a sin and crime to kill a cat, what they were actually doing was breeding cats, killing them. You can see this one's had its neck broken as a kitten, and then mummified, bulked out to look adult. I mean, yes, she's skinny, but have you ever seen a wet cat? So much of their size is in fluff. And that little mummified cat has then been sold to somebody who could then take into the temple and give as a gift to the god. And yet actually sitting behind that is this amazing degree of cynicism, which I think is fascinating and terribly human. So this one I don't know, but maybe when we get her back, or him back, we'll maybe find out.
Were they mummified the same way as a human?
Basically, yes.
Taking
I mean, I don't think all the I don't know to that extent.
Take out the brains?
Don't know. Cat brains are
Maybe that's where they found
kind
out
of
that the
small,
brain is
yes.
very important.
So I know there were other kinds of animals. Was the cat considered the most precious gift?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not the person to ask, but I think remembering something that Regina was saying at the start about, there wasn't just this sort of single pantheon. That everybody had the same one, that you could have your favoured god depending on who you were, where you were, when you were. So I think at certain points, Bastet was really important.
Do you know how many pharaohs there were?
No. These are the sorts of questions I used to dread when I had a primary school class coming.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Bad vibes there. Sorry.
How tall is the Great Pyramid? Don't know. But I think. My comment on the mummy not being here, I think is actually really interesting. This relationship that we have and what we think we can display, what stories we think we can tell. And that's become a lot more contested in museums over the last generation. And so that's something I find really fascinating. Now, we're going to be displaying that mummy in Aberdeen. And we also went through a sort of ethical discussion about was this right or not. Now, we don't have that's a local sense of objection. The whole question of what indigeneity means in a Scottish context is different. But one of the things that swung it for me was the idea that in ancient Egypt, the whole point of mummification was to preserve the body and preserve your name into eternity. And so I think she's actually done really well, because how many people today are talking about Tacheru? She's got her immortality. So that was where we felt, on balance, this was the best thing to do. But we will be discussing that within the exhibition. I mean, that's a very focused exhibition on just the mummy rather than this one. But I think that might be an issue that you could want to bring up. Why is the mummy not there? And I think it's really fascinating the way in which we take things from the past and we choose which stories to tell. So that in Aberdeen we had, when the museum was restructured in about 1907, they created an anthropological museum which didn't include any of the Egyptian collection, because the academics in divinity and in literature, they wanted to hang on to ancient Egypt because this was about the history of writing and the history of the Bible. and they didn't want to see the collection as part of anthropology, the study of humanity.
Oh,
A year later, they lost,
yeah.
and it was all brought together. But these little debates going on, why was it that James Grant collected? And is there a sense in which, as a medic, he was particularly interested in collecting mummies? This idea of the body of medicine in ancient Egypt, I think, was one of the things that maybe chimed that two of our main collectors were medics. But there again, that was one of the things that Scotland produced for the British Empire, was classically the engineer, the doctor,
Yes.
the ones who ran the empire. So I think there's a very strong Scottish story in this collecting. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.